Remember these? Back then when smartphones weren't really as widespread as now, and I didn't have any consoles or anything of that nature, these Java mobile games were the games that I used to play, whether it was on my sister's phone or my mom's phone or whatever. This is what I was busy playing when I was younger, and they were borderline amazing and kind of creative. For me, one of the games I really remember playing and loving was some Olympic type game. I forgot the name of the game, but it was like summer play something or play something some, I don't know, but me and my sister used to play it like crazy, and it was so funny for no reason at all. Also back then, with the limitations of all the game devs who were using Java, got really creative in the types of games they made and how they made them, and how they also made them possible to run on these phones. Some of the more creative and really expansive games that really pushed the technical limitations of the phone was made by Gameloft called Gangster 3, which was basically like a GTA clone, but good and fun and all enough to fit in your phone. It was like a full game with a full story mode and open world that you can explore, and that just blew my mind away when I was younger. There was also Real Football, a football game that was also made by Gameloft, and some Java Avengers game, I think that was made by Activision or Gameloft or something like that. And even then, I'd say right now that game is better than the Avengers game that we got on the PS5. Now, this all was exciting at the time for me because I was a child and I used to see the pretty colors and the animations, and they just, they just hit my dopamine receptors and made me play them more and more. But it was also an exciting time for the phones and stuff, because it just showed the untapped potential of phones being used more than just for communicating and pushing boundaries to what we have. And now all this just made me go further and further and pester my parents more for a console, because I've already seen what I can do on a phone, or games I can play on a phone, so I just wanted to experience that more, but on a bigger screen, and have more games and more expansive, and just like have more speed. And I pestered them for a couple of weeks, for a couple of days, years before I got my first console, which was the PS2, that I got a while after I started pestering them and just asking them to buy it for me. And nonetheless, I love. But yeah, enough about let's talk about the history of Java and how it got to this point of being used for mobile games, and even one of the biggest games right now, Minecraft. Alright, so back in 1999, something called Wireless Application Protocol was introduced, or WAP for short, and I'm not talking about that freaky song. And now, some of you might recognize it or not, but I do, because I remember sites like wapchick.com or wappad.com, something like that I used to get my games from. I used to download games on the phone from. Basically what WAP meant was that cell phones were able to get very basic information from a wireless network, and this tiny thing is basically what kick-started mobile games and put everything into motion for it to be to the point that it got to with the Java phone games. It even got very big name console and PC developers like Activision and Ubisoft had started making whole subsidiary companies and studios just to be able to make mobile games in those years, and just get in early and just like put a lot of resources into making games for the mobile. And let me tell you something, they gave us some good games, they gave us some bangers with the Java games, like Activision, as I said, with the Avengers games. I think they also did Spider-Man games, and just some other very fun games. I think they even did a Batman game for a Java phone, and Ubisoft also making a whole Assassin's Creed type games. Like they made like 3 or 4 for like Java phones. They made Assassin's Creed 2 and 3, I think, and there was another one also. I think Brotherhood was also on the Java phone, but that was a lot of years later after it had been more developed, and just technology had advanced more, and that was just like the later times, or to the end of the Java game era. Although there was a lot of potential, it was 1999 and the early 2000s still, and phones and tech in general just wasn't there yet to give full good game experiences, as most games for the phones were turn-based games. Phone memories were striking out at kilobytes, and now we have terabytes. Not even megabytes anymore is there. But in 2001, this all changed with one concept, at the Java conference in San Francisco. Java showed a concept for J2ME, Java 2 Micro Edition, and it showed promise. It was able to run fast action games on mobile unlike anything anyone had seen until then. And this meant that, quote, a revolution is come, Gameloft said. And this was the one piece, the one cog in the machine that really hit a turning point to where phones were capable enough to have games installed by the consumer reliably and also be profitable for the studios making the games. This is where they would be able to be bought outside of the mobile data fee. So back in the day, you had to pay the mobile data fee, and in that package there was also just a certain number of games that you are paying for also. But now with this, it separates the mobile data fee and the price of the game, so now you can just buy the game separately. And with that, I think everything was set. Now it was time for the Java era of mobile games to truly begin. Now in the next couple of years, a distinctive development were made to release a mobile version of Space Invaders, and Gameloft will launch the first game on the Java phone. This was Serbian Strike. This was the first of many for this company going into the mobile gaming market. Now after that, a few years later, a few more games later, they would release a bigger game, a more notable game for the phone called Prince of Persia, and a predecessor to their very own Need for Speed clone Asphalt series that has become very famous. Now with this, more and more games become more compatible with Java, and more will be getting released, evolving to bigger heights, bigger screens, bigger memory, better processors and colored screens, better resolution, and much more tools that were needed just to make innovation in the game space a lot better and give a lot more leeway for more creativity. Now this was just the introduction of the Java based game, and during this time we didn't have any app stores, so everything was on website, which I think was honestly kind of unsafe, because I would like 8 download things off of websites I don't know, just clicking random button, and I could have easily gotten a virus, or better yet, just bricked the phone and completely messed everything up. But it's okay. But anyway, the Java game era lasted like 8 years, I think, from 2001 till 2008, 2009, 10, 11, I think. Yeah, and then like those later years, that's when we got away from those Java games that started fading in more with the App Store and different tools for development. So I think it peaked at around 2000, and then it just declined. It just started declining, more people moving to app stores, the Play Store, the Apple App Store, getting other development tools for making mobile games, getting more focused consoles rather than the mobile games, because it wasn't really profitable anymore. So yeah, it seemed that like I just wanted to remind you guys of this time in the mobile gaming space, and like how mobile games were before, where it was just like no ads, no things bloating your hardware, just not a lot of space, just straight gaming, straight having these experiences, and just no microtransactions, no pay to wins, and not even online weird things, just plain full good games that someone can download and enjoy, and just like have it in the pocket at the same time. And I'd also like to take this time to thank you guys for watching my videos, subscribing, liking the videos, commenting, giving criticism and feedback, and just like helping me become better, more confident. And yeah, thank you. So yeah, I think that's going to be it for this short video, and hopefully I'll make a better script, better video next time, and just keep getting more confident. And yeah, thank you guys. So like, subscribe, comment, share the video, and just like tell me what I can do better. Yeah, okay, I'll see you guys.